So start off with Cade Cunningham. He is the last 5 games averaging 16.6 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. He's only shooting 27% on threes, but he is getting 52% of his twos. So once that jump shot starts falling, I believe like people are going to look at him a lot more positively. And with injuries to Evan Mobley right now and Scotty Barnes maybe taking a step back, maybe Cade gets himself back into the Rookie of the Year conversation. Kind of where's your thoughts on this guy lately?
Yeah, I mean, I recorded his last 4 games. I didn't catch his last 5 for my stats, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar. It just it goes up in a few stats, but yeah, I mean, shooting 27% around that, and he's still making 2.3, 2.5 3-pointers, 3 points a game. He's just shooting a lot, is all it means. I mean, he's still making them, so I'm not too worried. I think it'll come back to where it was. He showed he was a good shooter, and it didn't really fall off in college, didn't fall off in summer league, etc. So I'm not too worried about that. 2.3 steals in the last 4 games, but really the stat I liked was only 2.5 turnovers last 4 games. I was like, that's pretty nice, especially for a rookie and especially for a guy because he struggled. I mean, he was the worst number 1 overall pick for the first 5 games. Nobody had worse stats than him, and he's come around. I mean, it was really hard because when he was starting into the Pistons, they're like, all right, run our offense. Which, I mean, Killian Hayes isn't able to do that. Look at Kevin Porter; he's having that issue too. It's hard when you're the main playmaker of a whole NBA team. It's just a huge thing to transition to. It shows a lot into Cade how he's able to do this. All that passing, his vision's starting to open up. I mean, on his drive passes, he's finding the corner, finding the extra guy outside, getting back out. He's learning like the different cause and effect, because in the NBA there's different defensive schemes. So just because he did one move or he does this one thing in college doesn't mean that's gonna have have the same effect in the NBA. So I'm really impressed by how he's coming. I mean, you and I talked about this a lot. Like he wasn't just drafted because he could be really good. He was drafted because he could improve. He's shown in so many facets, shooting, defense, that he's like that people had doubts about it when he went into college about shooting, and he got better. Defense, they were talking about it during the college season, got better. And I mean, you don't really get to see his defense at all showcased on this roster. I mean, they're such an inconsistent team, and he does what a best rookie can do, just stay in front of him. But on losses, they have he has a 92. I mean, no, on wins, he has a 92 defensive rating, which is impossible. and losses, he has 109, which seems to be more towards what's actually right. So we'll have to see more.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of wins, so that's sample size is small. I like what you said in terms of he's a guy who can grow and keep getting better. I think that is a testament to his mindset. He's already proven that he's one of the best leaders on that Pistons team. We look back to that Isaiah fight with LeBron the other day, and Cade had stopped him from charging at LeBron 3 different times. Like he was there, like blocking him. He's like trying to make sure he didn't get into more trouble than he could. And that's a good leader. That's a guy who's the youngest guy on the team, potentially one of the youngest guys, obviously. And he's already showing that he can be a big leader, and he wants to get his teammates involved. Obviously 6.8 assists per game the last few games. I like that a lot. To those 2.5 turnovers. That's a decent ratio. And I think, as his teammates hit more shots, those numbers will just go up. So he's got a couple of decent guys next to him. It'll be a bummer if they trade Jeremy Grant, just because like having a solid veteran next to Cade is helpful. And I get it from like the one instance where it's like, well, we just want to get picks, get younger, whatever, continue to build assets. But it's also like, well, having good talent is valuable too, alongside your young guys.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremy Grant's only 28, 29. It's not that crazy of a timeline. Sure, he's on a different timeline, but give him like, if 2 or 3 years they're competing, he'll be 32, 31.
He signed there willingly. So you shouldn't feel bad about, like, if you're the Pistons, you shouldn't feel bad about, like, whether you're wasting his time, because he willingly went there.
Yeah, but he's not even disgruntled now. Like, he went into the situation knowing what the situation was. Like, he actually likes it. He likes being that veteran. He likes being the number one.
I'm sure he does. Obviously. I mean, he wanted to get more recognition, because when he was in Denver, like, people viewed him as just another cog in the wheel, another role player. But now on the Pistons, I feel like more people look at him like, oh, this is a legitimate starter, a guy who could, maybe make an all-star season at some point. You never know. And I think that's what Jeremy Grant was looking for. He wanted the perception on him to change a bit, and kind of reset who he thinks he is.
Okay. Yeah.
But kind of back to Cade. I mean, I just think it's important to have a big time teammate like that next to him. And in terms of Cade's growth here, I think it's just going to continue getting better as the season goes on, because, like you said, in college, he only got better. I think that jump shot's going to start falling again. So it's only a matter of time. Yeah,
I'm not too worried. I was a little worried about him, but the games we've seen, I'm like, he'll be fine. Like, Pistons fans don't have to worry. You can unclench. He'll be okay.
Yeah. You got anything else to say on Cade?
I think I just blew by most of my notes just in that one monologue.
There you go. Well,